Have you ever considered how one man could shape the course of history so dramatically? With this thought in mind, let's delve into the life of Gaius Julius Caesar, a man whose name echoes through the annals of time, a man who played a pivotal role in transforming the Roman Republic into the Roman Empire. Born to the patrician Julian family in the year 100 BC, Julius Caesar was not just another aristocrat. His birthplace, Subura, was a bustling district of Rome, known for its diverse population and vibrant street life. It was here, amidst the amalgamation of rich and poor, that Caesar spent his formative years. As a young boy, Caesar was introduced to the politics and power struggles of Rome. His family, though aristocratic, wasn't particularly influential or wealthy, but this didn't deter young Caesar. He was ambitious, intelligent, and charismatic, traits that would later serve him well. Growing up in Subura, Caesar witnessed the stark contrast between the opulent lifestyle of the Roman aristocracy and the hardships faced by the common folk. This exposure to the realities of life in Rome would deeply influence his political ideology and leadership style. Despite his humble beginnings, Caesar climbed the ranks of Roman society with remarkable speed. His meteoric rise was fueled by a combination of military brilliance, political savvy, and an uncanny ability to win the hearts of the Roman people. Caesar's life was not without controversy. He was known for his flamboyant personality, his numerous love affairs, and his disregard for tradition. Yet, he was also known for his exceptional leadership skills, his vision, and his unwavering commitment to Rome. In a society dominated by tradition and hierarchy, Caesar was an anomaly. He challenged the status quo, dared to dream big, and ultimately changed the course of history. Who would have thought this boy from Subura would grow to become one of the most influential figures in history? As we continue to explore the life and legacy of Julius Caesar, we'll discover the answer to this question and unravel the enigma that is Caesar. From an early age, Julius Caesar displayed a keen interest in politics and power. This interest was not merely a fleeting fascination, but a profound desire that would shape his life and the history of Rome. His journey up the political ranks began with his role as a military tribune. In this position, Caesar was able to gain first-hand experience of the military, and the strategic skills he developed here would become a cornerstone of his future successes. The military tribune was more than a stepping stone, it was the foundation upon which Caesar built his political career. After serving as a military tribune, Caesar was appointed as a quaestor, a position that allowed him to further explore the intricacies of political power. As a quaestor, he was responsible for the treasury and financial affairs of the state, a role that allowed him to build a network of alliances while also gaining a deeper understanding of the economic workings of the empire. But it was his term as a proconsul that truly marked his rise through the ranks. As proconsul, Caesar was granted imperium, or supreme power, over a province. This role allowed him to display his military prowess, leading successful campaigns that bolstered his popularity among the Roman people. His victories not only won him accolades but also cemented his place as a formidable force in the Roman political arena. With each role he undertook, Caesar displayed an uncanny ability to navigate the complex world of politics, using each position to strengthen his standing and increase his influence. He was able to turn challenges into opportunities, setbacks into comebacks. His rise through the ranks was not just about accumulating power, but about understanding how to wield it effectively. With each step up the political ladder, Caesar's power and influence grew, setting the stage for his future reign. His journey was a testament to his strategic acumen, his relentless ambition, and his unwavering determination to rise to the pinnacle of power. And rise he did. In 49 BC, Julius Caesar made a decision that would forever change Rome. This statement marked a pivotal moment in history, the crossing of the Rubicon. This fateful decision not only symbolized Caesar's defiance of Roman law, but also signified the point of no return. It ignited a civil war and marked the beginning of his ascent to absolute power. The Rubicon, a small river in northern Italy, was considered a sacred boundary. By crossing it, Caesar knowingly violated the law forbidding generals from bringing troops into Rome. This audacious move was not just a physical crossing, but a political one, as it triggered a civil war between Caesar and the conservative faction of the Senate led by Pompey the Great. This civil war was a fierce and tumultuous period, but it ultimately led to Caesar's victory. His triumph wasn't just on the battlefield, it marked the transition of Rome from a republic to a dictatorship with Caesar at its helm. But Caesar wasn't just a military tactician, he was a visionary. His appointment as dictator didn't mark the end of his ambitions, but rather, the beginning of a series of comprehensive reforms. Among them, perhaps the most notable was the introduction of the Julian calendar. A modification of the Roman calendar, it consisted of 365 and a quarter days, bringing it into closer alignment with the solar year. This calendar, with minor modifications, is the one we still use today. Caesar also demonstrated a deep concern for the welfare of the Roman people. He passed laws to alleviate debt, reformed the Senate, and launched public work projects. His reign was characterized by efforts to improve the lives of his people and strengthen his power. In just 5 years, Caesar had transformed from a military general to the uncontested ruler of Rome. His journey from the banks of the Rubicon to the seat of power in Rome is a testament to his strategic genius, his ambition, and his indomitable spirit. A general, a reformer, a dictator, this was the making of Julius Caesar. But as the saying goes, power corrupts, and Julius Caesar was not immune to this. As Caesar's influence grew, so too did his authoritarian tendencies. He began to make decisions without the Senate's approval, a direct affront to the Republic's political structure. His actions were seen as an attempt to usurp power, and it was not long before whispers of conspiracy began to circulate among the senators. Among the conspirators was Marcus Junius Brutus, a man Caesar considered a friend, even rumored to be his illegitimate son. Brutus, along with over 60 other senators, believed that Caesar's ambition threatened the very fabric of the Roman Republic. They saw themselves as defenders of the Republic, not as traitors. In their eyes, they were preserving the Roman way of life, and the only way to do that was to remove Caesar from the equation. The conspirators carefully planned their attack, choosing to strike on the Ides of March, a day in the Roman calendar that corresponds to the 15th of our March. On that fateful day in 44 BC, Caesar was set to attend a Senate meeting at the theater of Pompey. As he took his seat, the conspirators closed in. One by one they unsheathed their daggers, plunging them into Caesar's body. Brutus was among the last to strike. It's said that upon seeing Brutus among his assailants, Caesar uttered the famous words, "Et tu, Brute," meaning, "And you, Brutus?" His trust in Brutus shattered, Caesar covered his face with his toga and succumbed to his wounds. In the aftermath of Caesar's death, Rome plunged into chaos. The conspirators had hoped to restore the Republic, but instead, they had inadvertently paved the way for the Roman Empire. In a tragic twist of fate, it was his quest for power that ultimately led to his downfall. The Ides of March serves as a stark reminder of the perilous nature of unchecked ambition and the devastating consequences of betraying public trust. Although Julius Caesar's reign was cut short, his impact on Rome and the world is undeniable. Caesar's influence did not end with his death. His legacy continued through his adopted heir, Octavian, who would later be known as Augustus. With the death of Caesar, a power vacuum was created, which Octavian skillfully filled, eventually becoming the first emperor of Rome. Under his rule, the Roman Empire flourished, reaching heights of power and influence that echoed Caesar's own ambitions. But Caesar's legacy is not just seen in the rise of the Roman Empire. His reforms too had a lasting impact. He revolutionized the Roman calendar, introducing the Julian calendar, which is the precursor to the modern Gregorian calendar we use today. His social and political reforms, aimed at reducing the power of the Senate and increasing the rights and welfare of the Roman citizens, set the groundwork for the policies of future Roman emperors. Caesar's influence extended even beyond the borders of Rome. His military strategies continue to be studied in modern warfare. His written works, particularly his commentaries on the Gallic War, are still read and analyzed for their insights into Roman warfare and politics. Moreover, Caesar's life and death have profoundly influenced modern politics and culture. His rise to power serves as a warning about the dangers of political ambition unchecked, while his assassination underscores the perils of political infighting. His story has been depicted in countless books, plays, and films, with William Shakespeare's Julius Caesar being the most famous portrayal. And let's not forget the term Caesarean section, named after the method of his birth, is used today to describe a common surgical procedure. So his mark on history is indelible. Julius Caesar, the general, the politician, the writer, the reformer, continues to be relevant, studied, and remembered over 2,000 years after his death. So, as we reflect on the life of Julius Caesar, we must ask ourselves, what can we learn from his rise and fall?